Hello, welcome back to the weekly video. As usual, I'm going to take a look at the status of the stocks that was highlighted in the email. Let's start with some counters like Hong Kong Land. So first, Hong Kong Land on the 17th of August, we saw some signs. So the stocks went up bullishly to test its resistance. So it formed a double bottom formation. But of course, the next day it gives dividend. If you can see from the chart over here, 6 cents dividend. So that adjusted the chart down, and the immediate resistance from 370 become 364. So what happened thereafter was that after the dividend, the stocks went back down instead of breaking out from its resistance to complete this double bottom formation. So it went back down to test this major support at 347. And today it managed to have a rebound. So if it close 355, then you'll be more optimistic. That will give a chance for the counter to go back to 364 and then have a good chance to bottom out from this downtrend. So maybe if it can break up from 364, right? What you need to look out for is 381 resistance, which is the projected target. So if I were to measure the differences over here, then you are looking at 4.7%. And here, this 4.7% gain just nice hit the 3.81 resistance. But it's still early to say. So hopefully the stocks don't go back down to 347. If it goes back down to 347, it will spell trouble because it's more bearish than bullish if it's like that. Then we shall go to venture. So venture was having a hammer earlier and was looking for confirmation for this hammer. So when we talk about confirmation, means that the stock's price actually closed higher than this hammer. And let's look at the venture over here. So we have this venture trading at this low, and 1316 is the support. And we don't have a confirmation for this hammer, but 1316 was retested with a hammer as well. And there was a confirmation, but unfortunately the stocks stopped short at going higher after hitting the high at 1353. So it is really important for it to close back at 1353 in order to be bullish, or the market is just waiting for the dividend on the 1st of September, which is 25 cents. If it's so, then it is less bullish because if the stocks consolidate here and waiting for that dividend, after the dividend is given out, the stocks may resume its downward movement. So that is not a very good sign for venture. So we really need to see some conclusive movement in order to for it to go up. So if it's going down after the dividend, so we will take this support as a reference. So you take 16 minus 25 cents. 1316 minus 25 cents. So that will be 1291 after adjusted. So we tend to adjust the dividend because the dividend is not a market movement, it's just a corporate action. So we remove off the corporate action. So the future support will be around 1291. And when the stocks XD, then you have to watch out for this 1291 to see whether the support still hold or not. And we really need to see some positive action. If not, then the stocks will continue to slump lower, continue its long-term downtrend. Next will be Wilmar. So the CEO bought some shares and it seems like Wilma is trying to bottom from here. So there's some trading ideas over here. So of course, disclaimer still apply. So where we see if Wilma can go for 362 entry and then 372 profit target. Again, Wilma had its dividend after I posted the stocks, and we got to readjust it again. So we can see Wilma after dividend, the dividend was 6 cents again. So the entry become 3.56 instead of 3.62. Then we have 3.66 over here, where it was originally 3.72 profit target. Now it's 3.66. So Wilma, if you check out the chart after XD, actually it gives a confirmation for the hammer pattern, and it's struggling to move higher to its profit target. So again, it is a long wait. I would say just got to continue to see and watch how this counter move, and hopefully it can hit 3.66 sooner than we expected. UMS. Okay, so UMS was highlighted with a flagpole formation. So a flagpole formation is a short-term bullish pattern, and this usually gives us a burst towards a target in a very quick manner if it's bullish or it completes the pattern. So if you look at UMS currently, we are looking at UMS moving towards 120 target, the 120 target. But the candle itself will be more bullish if we can close 118 today. So if we close 118, then 120 is a achievable target in my opinion. Keppel Corp and SIA. So we look at Keppel Corp here. Just nice when I plotted this downtrend line, it formed a support for Keppel Corp. And this hammers requires a confirmation, which Keppel Corp did not really have a good confirmation yesterday. And although it formed an inverted hammer, but today we still see it struggling at this low, which is not very optimistic if it doesn't rebound back to at least 705, because it can still form a bearish flat pattern where it's an inverse of a bullish flat pattern, right? And you can see this is a sharp decline, and then it can be a pennant pattern, right? Which is similar to the bearish flat pattern. So if it breaks down, then it will probably continue lower with a 610 target if it cannot revive from this support. Okay, so watch out for this counter at this low. SIA, similar. If you look at SIA, we have it at the support level at 685, and this counter doesn't really be able to rebound or at least give confirmation to this doji as it struggle at this low. So currently it's forming the second inverted hammer, but like you can still see that the general market sentiment for the Singapore market remains weak. So in that sense, same will be UOB and Sembcorp. So yesterday, we saw UOB rebounded strongly, and Sembcorp Industry holding at the support level. So if you look at UOB here, we have earlier movement, positive movement erased as the counter goes back below 28. The bullish engulfing pattern is good, but of course, we need some follow-through buying. And if there's no follow through buying, then we have some question mark on this counter at this low, and we need further observation to see whether it can rebound back to its resistance at 28.74. Sengkang Industry the same. We can see the support here, but there's some struggle here. You can see it traded as high as 537. Now it comes back down to 531. But you can see all the stocks are at support level. And Sengkang Industry, for some reason, it is very weak in the month of August and September. And let's see whether it managed to recover from the low and rebound back to its high or resistance around 605. Okay, so looking at the index itself, if you look at STI was quite strong yesterday, and today we see some higher opening and lower closing. So it will be a challenge now to see whether it can later on in the afternoon close higher. So if it can close higher, then it can remain in this sideways swing market. The US market rebounded strongly yesterday, but I think the market is cautious because of the Jackson Hole symposium, coming up tonight, where interest rate talk will be very closely monitored. But on the positive side, NVIDIA's result, blockbuster result, is very good, and then is lifting up the tech. So therefore, we have some mixed sentiment over here. So some people are trying to be very bullish, but some people are still wary of the interest rate. So it is I would say tough time. So you got to take care of your position, and when the market embarks on a bull run, yeah, you are still there, and of course, hopefully you can catch some stocks at the low and make some decent profit in the month of September or October. Okay, so thank you for the videos and the likes. Looking at the videos and the likes. So I will see you again next week.